Hi everybody, welcome to today's transformation session. I'm glad you could join us. Today we're going to mix it up a little bit. You'll notice I'm not wearing my standard blazer jacket because we're talking about physical activity and exercise, and I wanted everybody to see that I've got muscles, so I know what I'm talking about. And those of you who've been in the program for a while, you know that I wasn't always this way. I had a whole series of back surgeries. It was predicted and I was very much told that I'd be in a wheelchair by the time I hit 40 years old. I turned that all around with nutrition and physical activity. Now, there's a lot of different elements of physical activity that we can talk about. There's the obvious weight loss connection. Who doesn't know that increasing your physical activity and your exercise level will also increase caloric burning and help you lose weight and create more muscle? Did you know, by the way, let's actually break that down a little before we get into the more profound effects of physical activity on our wellness. Did you know that 10 pounds of muscle will burn 250% more fat or calories than 10 pounds of fat? So what does that mean? It means some people have, let's say, 10 pounds of muscle versus 10 pounds of fat. At rest, which means sitting on the couch watching TV, at rest in a full day, that 10 pounds of muscle will burn 50 calories. That same 10 pounds of fat will only burn 20 calories. That's a 250% increase in calorie burning just by virtue of being a muscle versus being fat. So, a lot of people, you see a lot of overweight people and they're being told by their trainers to start doing some resistance training, start to build some muscle. And there's this misconception that you need to do cardio, hours and hours of cardio, and that's the only way to burn fat. So I'm going to explain something really, really cool. If we start to build some underlying muscle under the subcutaneous fat, under the abdominal area, we start to build some muscles, even at rest, we're going to start to burn more calories. So during exercise, it's going to be even more so because it grows exponentially. The more muscle you have, regardless of how much fat you have, the more muscle you have, the more fat you're going to burn, the more calories you're going to burn, and the more physically able you're going to become to increase your physical activity. So the more you do, the more you burn, the better you feel, the better the results. So we always wonder, you look at people who are physically fit and we recognize that they lose weight a lot easier. They gain muscle much easier. It's actually physically happening because of the muscle factor. It's allowing them to be more efficient in their caloric burn. Their body isn't hanging on to fat. Their body isn't hanging on to calories because they think it's not going to get it down the road. Don't forget, this isn't a diet anymore. So when you are dieting and you start taking away things like carbs and fats, so what you're doing is you're actually bringing down the levels of things we need for energy. So your body starts to store it. It's called a famine response. When your body isn't getting enough of any particular macrobiotic, which are carbs and fats, proteins, it hangs onto it in anticipation of not being able to get enough. So by reducing your fats and carbs, you're actually increasing the amount of fats and carbs your body's looking to hang on to, which eventually causes deficiencies, and then you have your cravings, and there's that diet cycle again. So by building up muscle through physical exercise, you're going to have a more beneficial result at the end, period. But again, that's the obvious stuff. You're not here to learn the obvious stuff. You can watch Dr. Oz, you can read any magazine, you can go on Facebook and look at any meme in the world. There's not a person on the planet who's going to disagree with the fact that exercise will help you lose weight. Obvious. But did you know that there's also a direct link with our overall wellness, a profound effect on our mental health? See, when you exercise, we produce a whole lot of hormones. Beyond cortisol, we also produce endorphins and dopamine and serotonin and norepinephrine. These are all the different hormones that are directly related to our mental health and our overall well-being. So, we exercise, we release endorphins. Endorphins are a happy hormone. They make us feel good. They give us the energy that we need to get through the workout. There's an imbalance of dopamine and endorphins and serotonin in most mental health issues. For instance, depression. Minor levels of depression. Of course, that debilitating depression that needs medication, that's a different story. There is a place for modern medicine. There's a place to go to your doctor and say, hey doc, this isn't normal blues that I'm feeling. I'm feeling a little bit more than under the weather. I'm depressed. I'm thinking about suicide. That's a different level. But when we're talking about the blues, when we're talking about those mornings when you wake up not feeling great, but it's not genuine deep depression, these can be easily fixed with a little bit of exercise because it's releasing those hormones that your brain isn't producing on its own. It's what we need to do to feel good. And anybody who exercises regularly, even 5 or 10 minutes a day, will understand that benefit because you go in feeling one way and you come out feeling completely different. Just today alone, by the way. I had a very late night last night, and I go to the gym 7 days a week. I don't believe in taking a break, and I'll tell you why in a second. So I went to the gym, and my eyes were red, and I was truly exhausted, unmotivated, a little bit bored of my routine. None of my friends were in the gym, so I was kind of put on my headphones and went through the motions. Even having just gone through those motions and not having had a great workout today, I was still able to come out the other side feeling fantastic. I was energetic, I was in a positive mood, I was smiling to everybody. I went in one way, I came out the other. So while even that little tiny change in your day is so massive on the other side, imagine how that exponentially affects your life. So you come in one way into a workout, and then 40 minutes later you leave another way. Imagine coming into your year a certain way, exercising for that whole year. Imagine what's going to come out on the other end. Imagine what you could accomplish by incorporating a little bit of exercise into your day every single day. So we want to see those results. We want to be healthy, do we not? How often do we want to look in the mirror and not like what we see? And I'm not just talking about physicality. When we look in the mirrors, we tend to catch our eyes. And when we see our eyes, we see the truth. And the truth cannot be hidden from ourselves. We see it when our eyes are open. We see it when our eyes are closed. No matter what smoke and mirrors we put up, no matter what positive images we put out on Facebook so the whole world can see how wonderful our life is. When we go to sleep at night and we close our eyes, we know the truth. We know if we're happy, satisfied. We know if we've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish for the day. We know. And we know also that bringing exercise and physical activity into your day-to-day life will help you fall asleep at night because you'll feel better about yourself. Your self-esteem improves, your physicality improves, your mental health improves, and your serotonin and dopamine levels are all pumping through your system and making you feel the way you're supposed to feel during the day. It's another interesting thing about exercise and how it's going to affect the way you react to everything else. You see, it resets your circadian rhythm, so you're also going to sleep better, you're going to eat better, your digestive system is going to run more smoothly, and believe it or not, you'll even be a nicer person. You're going to be happier because of that chemical reaction you get from exercise. Our bodies are supposed to move and run and jump and defend itself. You know, we're going to go back to anxiety for a second because a lot of people suffer from anxiety today. And I was able to, I'm not gonna say cure my anxiety, but I learned to manage it. I did have it. It was out of control. I had panic attacks and physical convulsions and the whole thing, the palpitations and the unknowingly I would start to sweat, and it was a very bad scene, and it did take over my life in pieces. It would come and it would go, and anybody who's ever suffered from anxiety understands that anxiety is the fear of what might happen. It's not real fear. So our bodies create this cortisol, which is the stress hormone. Now, cortisol is meant to save our lives. It's the chemical reaction that our body creates to fight or flight. We've heard fight or flight. That means you're going to fight that lion or you're going to run away from it. Cortisol is the chemical inside our brains that allows us to do that, inside our bodies rather. So, what we're doing through exercise is actually using that cortisol. So I used to hang myself upside down with my face just above the floor. I would create a rush of cortisol, a stress hormone, that my body would be reacting to naturally. So I'm literally putting my body and life under stress so that my body could create the stress hormone so that during the day, it doesn't arbitrarily create it for me for nothing. You see, when your body starts to create cortisol in anticipation of a stressful situation, that's when we start, but there's nothing to do. You're not running, you're not exercising, you're just getting that rush, and then it creates a panic attack, heart palpitations, your blood starts to thin, your ears start to get hot, your heart starts to race. This is your body preparing for a stress that never comes. There's your panic attack. There's your anxiety attack. So by creating a natural and controlled stressful situation in an effort to increase your cortisol levels temporarily so that it can stay balanced for the rest of the day. That's what it worked for me. And exercise, physical activity, taking my life into my own control is the only thing that was able to save me. I tried medications over the years. I didn't like the way they made me feel. Getting off of them was sometimes even harder. And all I needed was to reset just kind of recalibrate the way my body was reacting to regular everyday situations. There was nothing to be stressed about. You know, I get a lot of questions from people about taking breaks. Everybody I speak to, I love to share the fact that I exercise 7 days a week as long as I can. And oh, no, my doctor said 3 days a week is enough. No, you should always take a day off. 1 day on, 1 day off. No, 2 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 2 days off. Only on weekends, don't work out after. Are you kidding me? There was a time when man and woman lived outside in nature. We would walk and hunt and gather and create shelters and collect water. And then a lion would attack us. Could you turn around and tell that lion, no, I'm sorry. Today's my off day. I'm not running today. Of course not. Our bodies were created to be able to run, to be able to jump, to be able to defend ourselves and move every single day. Going to the gym once a week, twice a week, and then taking 3 days off, sitting on our bums a whole day as it gets bigger and flatter is not the answer. We're made to move daily. The healthiest, most beautiful people you see, they're all of Hollywood and models. They're exercising every single day. Not only are they exercising, they have a team of people telling them what to do, what to eat, how to jump, where to run, 10 more minutes, you can do it. But we don't have those kind of teams, right? We're your team. And I'm here to tell you that a little bit of exercise will take you a long, long way. It creates an amazing habit. It creates amazing endurance. And with every single additional day of exercise, you're increasing your ability to do even more exercise. You're gonna get stronger, you're going to get healthier, and you're gonna start to love it. Nobody thinks that they're gonna like the gym. Nobody thinks they're gonna get into exercise. You're lucky, you just love exercise. Trust me, the most fit people in the world have days they don't wanna work out. Those are the most important days to work out. Even if it's just 5 minutes, break a sweat, get moving. You're gonna help alleviate pain, your mental health will be in check, you're gonna be burning calories, getting stronger, feeling good, and you're not tricking yourself into thinking you like it because you're actually gonna create a chemical reaction that makes you feel good. You're not lying, you're not faking, you're not tricking anybody. Your brain will create what it needs to feel happy because you're physically pumping those chemicals through your body. Take this advice from me today. Don't take a day off. Walk up those stairs instead of taking the elevator. Park 20 steps farther. Park 20 car lengths farther. You know what? Walk to the store. If it's within a mile or two, walk to the store. If it's winter, throw on a hat. Me and my wife and my 2 daughters, we walked to the grocery store the other day as the sun started coming down. It was getting colder and colder by the minute. It was a 20-minute walk. 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back. Yeah, we were cold. Yeah, we kind of wish we had the car. Before you know it though, we were home with groceries and we had walked 20 minutes. Just incorporating activity into your life on a day-to-day basis will have absolutely profound and significant effect on the way your life proceeds. Whatever's gotten you to this point now, whatever exercise you thought you loved, it's gotten you to this point that you're not happy anymore. Get online, take some of our classes, do level 1, do level 2, take a chance. Maybe try a free class or a yoga class. Just move, find something you love and stay moving because that's gonna lubricate your body. It's gonna reduce inflammation, help with arthritis, help you lose weight, mental health. Is there anything physical activity is not gonna help with? No, it all helps. So I'm gonna close today by saying, break a sweat today. Park 20 car lengths farther away and don't even think about taking that escalator when the stairs are right next to it. Have an amazing day, eat to be fit, run to be happy to be healthy, and enjoy your life. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day today. If you have any questions, put them through. We love answering questions. Anybody who's ever asked a question knows we like to answer right away. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you soon.